Have you ever considered the deepest paradox of the universe? It's a truth that defies our logic, a mystery that even the wisest struggle to grasp. It is this: the soul destined for greatness must first be shattered. The spirit meant to soar must first be grounded. The heart chosen to heal nations must first be wounded beyond recognition. Now, this is not cruelty. This is creation. It's not punishment. It is preparation. It's not abandonment. It is anointing. Today, we're going to explore this sacred mystery, why the universe seems to fracture what it intends to use, crush what it means to multiply, and empty what it plans to elevate. If you've ever felt broken beyond repair, abandoned in your darkest hour, or crushed by circumstances you didn't deserve, then please stay with me, because what you're experiencing may not be your ending, it might just be your beginning. Let's start with the first truth. Breaking reveals what truly matters. When the divine chooses to work through a soul, the very first act isn't empowerment. It's awakening. It's a stripping away of illusion, a dismantling of false foundations. It's a separation from everything that pretends to be essential, but is really just noise. Think about it. You can't see the stars until darkness falls. You can't hear a whisper until the shouting stops, and you cannot know what truly matters until everything else is taken away. In the ancient texts, there's a story of a man named Abram. He was comfortable, established, rooted in the familiar. Then a voice came to him and said, "Leave everything. Your country, your people, your father's house, go to a land I will show you." There was no map, no guarantee, just leave. His journey into purpose didn't begin with a destination. It began with a departure. Because sometimes the divine cannot show you what lies ahead until you're willing to release what's behind. Perhaps you know this feeling intimately. The career that defined you is suddenly gone. The relationship you thought was forever has ended. The community that affirmed you is scattered. The very identity you built has dissolved. It feels like death, I know, but it's actually birth. An eagle doesn't teach her young to fly by making the nest more comfortable. She disturbs it. She removes the soft padding. She makes staying in the nest so unbearable that flying becomes inevitable. You don't discover your wings until the ground beneath you starts to shake. Here's what the breaking reveals. We've placed enormous weight on external things. Our income becomes our security. Our reputation becomes our identity. Our connections become our confidence. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, has to remove these false foundations to reveal the true one. That you are not sustained by your circumstances. You are sustained by something far greater, something eternal and unshakable. That layoff didn't come to destroy you. It came to redirect you. That betrayal didn't come to break you. It came to awaken you. That loss didn't come to end you. It came to begin you. Comfort is the enemy of your calling. Complacency is the thief of your destiny. You cannot grow in soil that never shifts. You cannot transform in circumstances that never challenge you. The universe will shake what's familiar so you can step into what's possible. So if your life feels unstable right now, if everything you built is crumbling, if the ground beneath you is trembling, don't curse it. Consider it. This might not be chaos. This might be calibration, not destruction, but direction. The universe isn't punishing you. It's positioning you. And sometimes the only way to move forward is to have everything behind you fall away. Now for our second truth, breaking separates you from what's destroying you. There's an ancient principle that governs all living things. Growth requires pruning. A vine left to itself will spread wildly, producing lots of leaves but very little fruit. But when the gardener comes with shears, cutting away the excess, the unnecessary, the draining, suddenly that vine explodes with abundance. The cutting hurts, but it heals. It wounds, but it works. Here's what most of us never realize. Sometimes the things we weep over losing are the very things that were slowly killing us. We don't always recognize poison when it's wrapped in pleasure. We don't always see death when it's disguised as comfort. That relationship made you feel wanted, but it was draining your soul. That opportunity seemed perfect, but it required you to compromise your values. That friendship felt secure, but it kept you small, stuck and stagnant. So the universe, like a master surgeon, steps in. Not with anger, but with precision. Not to wound, but to heal. A doctor who amputates a diseased limb isn't cruel. He's saving a life. And the universe that removes what's destroying you isn't punishing you. It's preserving you. There's a story of a man who ran from his calling, consumed by fear and rebellion. He boarded a ship heading in the exact opposite direction. Then the storm came. Then the fish. He was swallowed alive, trapped in darkness, surrounded by what felt like death. But what looked like judgment was actually transportation. The fish wasn't his punishment, it was his protection. The universe had to break his rebellion to save his life. 3 days in that belly, confined, humbled, stripped of all control. And when he emerged, he was no longer the man who ran. He was the man who surrendered. So let me ask you, what has the universe taken from your hands to protect your heart? What has been removed so that you might be renewed? What ended so that something better could begin? You see, when you lose what's not meant for you, you gain what is. When you release what doesn't serve you, you make space for what will. Deliverance often looks like loss. Freedom often feels like loneliness. Healing often starts with hurt. That closed door wasn't rejection, it was redirection. That ended relationship wasn't failure, it was protection. That lost opportunity wasn't bad luck, it was divine intervention. So thank the universe for every no you didn't understand, for every door that closed in your face, for every person who walked away. Because what you didn't get could have destroyed you, and what you lost could have owned you. Sometimes love looks like letting go, and sometimes the greatest gift is what's taken away. Let's move to our third truth. Breaking produces a heart that hears clearly. In the noise of modern life, we've forgotten how to listen, not just to hear words, but to perceive truth, to sense the subtle, to attune ourselves to the frequency of the divine. And here's the paradox. You cannot hear the whisper of the universe when your heart is full of you, your agenda, your timeline, your noise. There was a man who once stood in palaces surrounded by power, status, and applause. He had education, influence, everything the world values. Then came the breaking. 40 years in a desert, tending sheep, forgotten by everyone who once knew his name. No stage, no audience, just sand, silence, and solitude. And it was there, in that emptiness, that he saw a flame that doesn't consume. It was there that he heard the voice that changes everything. Because the divine doesn't speak loudest in the palace. It whispers in the wilderness. It doesn't reveal itself in the crowd. It appears in the isolation. The world shouts, but truth whispers, and you can only hear that whisper when you get close. This is why breaking is essential for those meant to carry sacred messages. The noise of ambition must be silenced. The idols of self-reliance must be shattered. The clutter of the ego must be cleared away. You cannot be a vessel for something greater while you're still full of yourself. Brokenness creates space, humility creates capacity, surrender creates clarity, and in that space, that capacity, that clarity, the divine can finally speak. If you're in a season right now where you feel isolated, where your phone doesn't ring, where doors seem shut, where your prayers feel like they're just echoing back unanswered, don't run from it, lean into it. This isn't abandonment. This is intimacy. This isn't punishment. This is preparation. The universe isn't ignoring you, it's refining you. A sculptor doesn't shape their work in chaos. They work in stillness. A diamond isn't formed in comfort. It's created under pressure. And a soul meant to carry wisdom isn't developed in the applause of crowds. It's forged in the silence of solitude. A person who hasn't been broken cannot be trusted to speak for the divine. Why? Because they'll confuse their own voice with truth, their ego with insight, their opinion with revelation. But the one who has been crushed, truly crushed, knows the difference. They don't crave applause, they crave alignment. They're not intoxicated by fame. They're addicted to obedience. They don't speak to be heard, they speak because they have heard. The divine isn't looking for the loudest voice. It's looking for the yielded heart, not the most talented, but the most surrendered. Not the most confident, but the most dependent. So don't resent your wilderness. Embrace it. Don't fight the silence. Listen through it. Because it's there, and only there, that the bush will burn, the call will come, and your purpose will ignite. It's there, in that sacred solitude, that you'll finally hear clearly. Finally, we arrive at our fourth truth. Breaking destroys the illusion of self-sufficiency. There's a lie so subtle, so seductive, that even the wise fall for it. It wears the mask of confidence, disguises itself as competence, and masquerades as maturity. But at its core, it is poison. It is the illusion of self-sufficiency, the belief that you can do it all alone, that you are the source of your own strength. When the universe chooses to work through a soul, one of its first acts is to demolish this lie. Not with a gentle correction, but with a complete collapse. An ancient text says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is perfected in weakness, not in strength, not in talent, not in self-assurance, in weakness." Until you come face to face with your absolute limitation, you will never truly surrender to limitless grace. Until you realize you can't, you won't let something greater work through you. Consider the spiritual teacher Paul. A brilliant mind, a powerful speaker, a man of transformative encounters. He had revelation, passion, and authority. But even he needed breaking. He spoke of a thorn, something unexplained, unremoved, and unbearable. He begged 3 times for it to be taken away, and the answer came back, "No, because in your weakness, my strength is revealed." You see, the universe doesn't need you to be impressive. It needs you to be available. It's not looking for the most capable, but the most surrendered. Not the strongest vessel, but the emptiest one. Because here's what brokenness teaches you. You are not the source. You are the channel. You are not the power. You are the conduit. You are not the light. You are the lamp. As long as you believe your strength comes from you, you will never access the strength that comes through you. As long as you trust in your own ability, you'll be limited by your own capacity. But when you're broken, truly broken, something extraordinary happens. You stop trying to be strong, and strength flows through you. You stop trying to be wise, and wisdom speaks through you. You stop trying to be enough, and you become a vessel for something infinite. Maybe you've been there, flat on your face, out of options, at the end of yourself. The business failed, the relationship crumbled, the health declined, the dream died, and in that moment you had a choice: despair or depend, bitterness or surrender. And those who chose surrender discovered something miraculous. When they had nothing left, everything they needed appeared. When they were weakest, they became strongest. When they were emptied, they were filled. This is the great reversal, the sacred paradox. The universe exalts the humble, empowers the broken, and uses the weak. Not because weakness is the goal, but because weakness creates space for something greater. So if you're in a season where you feel inadequate, incapable, insufficient, good, you are exactly where you need to be. Because self-sufficiency is the final idol, and the universe will shatter it so you can finally experience what it means to be truly, powerfully, supernaturally sustained. Not by your strength, but by grace. We've explored 4 truths, but this journey isn't over. There are more mysteries to unveil, more wisdom to receive. In the next part, we'll discover why breaking produces true humility, why it creates unshakable compassion, and why it births an authority that cannot be manufactured. So please, stay with me, because what comes next might be the revelation that changes everything for you. Thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, please consider subscribing and joining us for the next part of this journey.
The muscles that lift weights are built through resistance, but the spirit that moves mountains, that's built through surrender. Have you ever heard the ancient story of the woman with the alabaster box? It was beautiful, ornate, and sealed tight. Inside was the most expensive perfume imaginable. But here's the paradox. As long as the box remained intact, the fragrance was useless, hidden away. Then came the moment of breaking. She shattered the box at the feet of the divine, and suddenly, the entire room was filled with its fragrance. Not because she protected what was valuable, but because she released it. You see, your greatest gift is often sealed behind your greatest strength. Your most profound purpose is locked inside the shell of self-sufficiency. Sometimes the universe has to break the container to release what's inside. You don't truly understand provision until the paychecks disappear. You don't truly know healing until the doctors give up. And it's there, in that sacred, terrifying, beautiful moment of complete brokenness, that you discover the divine has always been more than enough. So please don't despise your season of shattering. It's not the end of you, it's the release of you. It's okay to be undone because grace doesn't supplement your strength. It replaces it. The universe isn't waiting for you to be strong. It's waiting for you to be still, to let go, to fall into arms you cannot see, and finally whisper, "I can't, but something greater can." That's where the glory lives. Not in the polished, but in the poured out. What is forged in fire cannot be destroyed by flame, and what is born in brokenness cannot be undone by chaos. This brings us to another truth. Brokenness is the womb of destiny. Think of the ancient story of Jacob, a clever, cunning man who manipulated his way through life. Until one night he couldn't run anymore. Alone in the dark, he wrestled with the divine itself. All night he struggled. He went into that fight as Jacob the deceiver, but he limped out as Israel, one who struggles with God and prevails. Same body, different name. Same past, different purpose. Brokenness doesn't just humble you, it renames you. It strips away who you pretended to be so you can finally become who you were always meant to be. The masks, the performances, the desperate need for approval, all of it shatters. There are moments when the universe allows a fight, not to punish you, but to define you. Yes, you may walk with a limp after the battle, but that limp becomes your testimony. Your scar becomes proof that you've encountered something greater than yourself. The real answers to "who am I" don't come in comfort, they come in crisis. Think of a caterpillar. To become a butterfly, it dissolves completely inside its cocoon. The universe doesn't do surface-level renovations, it does complete transformations. What you're calling a breakdown may actually be a breakthrough. You're not falling apart, you're being reassembled. A new identity is being born. The anointed must first be afflicted. This isn't cruelty. It's curriculum. There is no shortcut to divine authority that doesn't pass through the valley of pain. As an ancient psalm declares, "It was good for me that I was afflicted so that I might learn your ways." How can suffering be good? Because in the hands of the universe, pain is not punishment, it's preparation. It's the training ground of warriors. Think of the shepherd boy anointed to be king. After the promise, he spent years in the wilderness, hunted and hiding in caves. Why? Because the universe was training him, not just to fight, but to feel. Not just for battle, but for compassion. The universe will let you bleed, so you recognize the wounded. It will let you walk through fire so you don't stand arrogant in the palace. Like a sword is tempered, heated, beaten, folded, and reheated, not to destroy it, but to make it unbreakable. If you're in a season of affliction, let it teach you, let it soften you. Because that affliction is shaping your impact. That grief is teaching your heart compassion. You can't minister to what you don't understand. You can't lift what you've never carried. The cave is preparing you for the kingdom. Brokenness is also separation. It's the universe's way of severing the superficial from the sacred. Remember the story of Gideon. He faced an impossible battle with 32,000 men. But the universe said, "You have too many. Too much ego, too much noise." So the pruning began. First, 22,000 left. Then, it went down to just 300. Not because less power was needed, but because less pride was wanted. The crowd was shrunk so the calling could increase. The same thing happens in your life. There are seasons when the universe begins to prune. People walk away, platforms dry up, applause fades. You might interpret this shrinking as failure, but what if the universe is simply sanctifying your stage? What if you have to lose the stage to find the anointing? You didn't lose influence, you lost interference. You didn't lose numbers, you gained authority. You are more anointed in your obscurity than you ever were in your visibility. If the room shrinks and the lights dim, don't panic. You're being separated from what is superficial so you can step fully into what is sacred. And now, we arrive at the summit. The ultimate reason for divine breaking is multiplication. The universe never breaks to discard. It breaks to distribute. It doesn't shatter to destroy. It shatters to scatter seed that will multiply beyond measure. Your pain is not pointless, it's pregnant with purpose. That business that failed, it's teaching you wisdom for empires. That relationship that ended, it's freeing you for a love you can't yet imagine. You think you're diminished, but you're being distributed. You think you're limited, but you're being multiplied. Don't hold on to what the universe is trying to break. Don't preserve what's meant to be poured out. If you're in pieces right now, don't despair. You're not being destroyed. You're being multiplied. What's being shattered today will feed generations tomorrow. Thank you for walking through this journey with me today. If this message resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. I'll see you in the next one. Have you ever felt like you're falling apart? Like everything you've built is crumbling and all your plans have turned to dust? What if I told you that this breaking isn't the end, but the beginning? There's a sacred pattern woven into the very fabric of the universe, a divine sequence that governs how abundance, purpose, and impact truly flow. An ancient account captures this perfectly. Imagine a teacher standing before a crowd of thousands. They are hungry, desperate, with no food in sight. All he has are 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish. A seemingly impossible situation, but watch what he does. It's a sequence, a divine law. First, he takes the bread and he blesses it. He acknowledges its source, its potential, its divine origin. He sees it not just for what it is, but for what it can become. This is the first step. Gratitude, acknowledgement, blessing. Then, he does something that seems counterintuitive. He breaks it. He shatters the whole into fragments. He surrenders its current form, allowing it to be transformed. This is the crucial second step. Breaking, surrender, transformation, finally. And only after the first 2 steps, he distributes it. He releases the broken pieces to feed the multitude. He lets go, trusting that the fragments are enough. And they are. Not only are they enough, but they multiply beyond comprehension. Notice the order. It is sacred, it is intentional, it is unchangeable. He didn't distribute what he hadn't first broken, and he didn't break what he hadn't first blessed. This is the universal law of multiplication. Blessing, breaking, giving. If you feel like you are being stretched, pulled apart, and broken right now, listen closely. If you want to be truly used for a greater purpose, you must first be broken. If you desire your life to be a wellspring that quenches the thirst of others, you must first be crushed. Think about it. 5,000 souls were not fed with 5 whole loaves. They were fed with the fragments, with the pieces, with what had been shattered. In the same way, the universe will not multiply what has not first been surrendered and scattered. Why? Because in the breaking, our pride dissolves. In the breaking, our desperate need for control finally ends. In the breaking, We cease being the owners of our lives and become humble stewards of a greater plan. Consider the simple seed. For it to fulfill its destiny, it must first descend into darkness. It has to be buried, hidden away beneath the soil. It must break open. Its hard outer shell has to crack and give way. And only then, only after its form dissolves, does new life emerge. It rises again, far greater than it was, with the potential to feed generations. Could it be that the very pain you're experiencing right now, the thing you're fighting so hard against, is the exact place the universe is preparing to pour its blessings from? Could it be that the relationship that ended, the dream that collapsed, the betrayal you never saw coming, all of it wasn't random destruction, but a divine excavation? The universe is constructing something magnificent, something beyond your current comprehension, through the very things that are fracturing within you. When the bread was broken, it was distributed, and the story says that everyone, every single person, ate and was satisfied. There were even leftovers, baskets full of broken pieces, more than what they started with. Hear this truth deep in your soul. Broken souls feed hungry people. Shattered hearts give birth to profound healing. Fractured vessels carry the most precious oil. It is not in your perceived strength that multitudes will be nourished. It is in your surrender. It's not in what you've managed to keep perfectly together, but in what you've willingly released. It's not in your wholeness, but in your courageous willingness to be broken. So if you find yourself in a season right now where everything feels scattered, torn apart, and undone, I urge you, lift your eyes. Look beyond the shattered pieces on the floor of your life. You are in the hands of the master craftsman, and the master only breaks what is destined to multiply. This is not a punishment. This is your preparation. This is not a rejection. This is your release into a greater purpose. You are not being diminished. You are being distributed. My friends, please remember this promise that lies beyond the pain. The universe breaks those it intends to use for greatness. After the breaking comes the blessing. After the crushing comes the anointing. After a season of isolation comes a season of influence. After the fire comes the glory. This is the way. This has always been the way. Your pain is not pointless, it is purposeful. Your shattering is not your ending, it is your beginning. Your breaking is not your burial, it is your planting. And what is planted in tears will one day be harvested in triumph. What is sown in brokenness will be reaped in unimaginable abundance. What dies in the darkness will rise in glorious light. The universe is not finished with you. It is just getting started. Your greatest chapter hasn't been written yet. Your deepest impact hasn't been made. Your truest calling has not yet been fulfilled. So I encourage you, surrender to the process. Trust the breaking. Lean in and embrace the pain that always precedes the promise. The caterpillar never imagines it will become a butterfly. The tiny seed never envisions the mighty harvest. The broken bread never conceives of the multitude it will feed. But the universe knows. The grand design sees beyond what you can see. It knows beyond what you can know. Your breaking is not your tragedy. It is your testimony waiting to be born. Walk forward from this moment with courage. Trust deeply in the process. Surrender completely to the hands that are shaping you. May you find a profound peace in this process. May you trust the hands that are molding and shaping you into a vessel of honor. May you rest in the promise that what is being broken in you today is destined to feed thousands tomorrow. The breaking is not your end. It is your grand unveiling. Until we meet again, remember, you are not falling apart. You are falling into place. Thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, please consider following for more content to help you on your journey. Walk in wisdom. Walk in peace. Walk in the certainty that your pain has always been part of a greater plan. Your time is now.